Hi guys, it's Nika, and today I am bringing you yet another speed build, yet another house that will be in my save file if I will ever finish my save file. That is an important thing. I don't think I will ever finish it, but yeah, we've talked about that already. Anyway, this house doesn't have a name yet. I think I will call it something like Grandchildren's Dreamhouse or something like that. Because really, that's what it is. And there's quite a sad backstory for the Sims that live here and for this house. But if you stick around, I will tell you. But yeah, also funny thing, I have not actually finished this build just yet. But I really wanted to record the voiceover today because it's Friday, which means the next 2 days I will not be able to record anything at all because it's a weekend and everybody will be around and I won't have my mornings alone. So yeah, I just needed to hurry up and I will finish the build later. Yeah, another house for my save file, and I remember in the last speed build I said something along the lines of there are only 2 lots left in this neighborhood of Newcrest. I feel like I could finish it next week. I think I could easily do that. Yeah, so I jinxed myself again. The first house that I built here on this lot, I hated it. Later I figured out I hate it because it doesn't really fit in this neighborhood, or I don't know, I feel like it would fit better in like the fancy part of Willow Creek, so I saved the shell and I placed it there and I will finish it at some point later. And then I started building a new house, and I don't know if it was because I was already in a bad mood from the first shell, but I struggled so much and I hated this shell as well. So I think this was on Tuesday or Wednesday, I did the shell and I quit the game, and I was like, I will probably, next time I will open the game, open that save, I will probably delete it and start over once again. So last night I opened this save and I looked at this shell again, and I thought to myself, you know what? It has potential. It could be nice if I just push through. So I pushed through yesterday. I was building for 2 hours and something, and in the end I kind of like the house that came out of this. And yeah, the whole time I was thinking about the Sims who live in this house and about their stories, and yeah, I'm happy I didn't give up. But as for the stories, again, I will probably go more in detail about the Sims in the Create a Sim video, which will be posted, I don't know when, but I want to post it, of course. I want to post all the households from this save file. This household, there is a grandmother, there is a mother, and then there are 4 children. In fact, there is a teenager, a child, and 2 infants. And what had happened to these Sims, to this family? It's been difficult. It's been really difficult. They've been really through some bad stuff. First off, the grandmother's husband, the grandpa, he died. He passed away. It was, he was old. It was old age. It was, natural death. It was all good. And then a little later after that, but like quite soon after the grandfather's passing away, the daughter's husband, the grandmother's daughter's husband. Wait, am I making sense? Yeah, the mother's husband, okay? There are 3 generations in this house. The second generation's woman's husband. I'm not making any sense, but it's fine. It will make sense when I make the Sims. Her husband tragically died in a car accident. He was in a car with some of his kids, I would say, and the kids survived, but he did not. He died in the hospital, and so this family lost 2 men shortly after, like, each other. And the grandma thought, you guys, you live in a small apartment in the city, there is 5 of you, your dad just died, I have this big house all to myself and I hate being alone in it. The city is quite near, you can commute to school and stuff. Why don't you move in with me? I would love that, and I'm sure you would love that too. And so then the mom of this family, she agreed. She also, I mean, she was looking for a different place anyway, because this old apartment, it just reminded her so much of her husband, and she kind of felt like, I don't know, she needs a new start or something, like she needs to move on from this. It's not like she wants to move on from it, but you know, she knows that for her mental health, or I don't know, something like that, it would probably be better to start over in some ways in her life. I'm really not sure if I'm making sense. And I'm realizing I should have prepared a script. Never mind. It's fine. So yeah, she moved in with her 4 kids, and now they are just all living together and grieving together and helping one another to get through the pain and the grief and all. And as for the house, there are 2 bedrooms downstairs. One is for the grandma, the second is for the oldest grandchild, which I imagine now that it's a girl and she's like 13, 14, something like that. And then upstairs there is the mom's bedroom, which is it actually doesn't seem very much like a mother's bedroom, like a parent's bedroom. But that's because it's her old bedroom. This is where she grew up, and the design of this room, the decor and everything, this is what her teenage self liked. The TV that is in the bedroom, it probably doesn't work anymore, but it's all left there from when she was a teenager. And she doesn't really have the money now to redecorate. In fact, I'm not sure if she wants to redecorate. Again, I feel like she's the kind of person that would be like, well, it would probably be better for my mental health to just like get over it and start over and, you know, all that. But I feel like it has some sentimental value to her, and she can't let it go, even though she feels like it would be better if she let go. So yeah, that's the mother's bedroom. I'm sure you will figure it out. It's the yellow and blue one with the blue carpet. By the way, the carpet is really great. I wanted to use some of the more 80s-like swatches, but it didn't really go with the wallpaper, which I also wanted to use, so I decided to use the light blue carpet in the end and the yellow Decor to the Max wallpaper. Then there's also the nursery, which is for the 2 twin infants, 2 girls. And by the way, and this makes it even worse. I don't know why I love making such sad backstories, but I think the twins were actually born after their dad passed away, which is very sad, but I kind of want to do it like that. And it kind of makes me feel bad. I always feel kind of bad when I give like a tragic storyline to my characters, but then also I'm a writer, okay? I have to do this. And then there's also the 3rd bedroom, which is for the child, and I think the child is a boy, or at least they were assigned male at birth. I think maybe there will be some gender funky stuff in the future, but so far they didn't really start thinking about it too much. But I imagine that this child maybe isn't as cisgender as they seem right now, but that's for their future self to discover. Then there's also upstairs, there is 1 bathroom. Then there's this little hallway with a sofa, which I know you can't really do that in the game, but I imagine that if they have guests over or some other family members come over, this sofa, you can like turn it into a bed. They can sleep on it if they need to sleep over. Yeah, and yeah, I know it's not really something you can do in the Sims, but I just pretend that they can do this, okay? It's all in my head. And then also there's this little balcony upstairs where they can just, hang out, and there's this activity table for the kid, and yeah. So that's the upstairs, and then now downstairs, obviously, besides the 2 bedrooms, there's a huge living room, which I really like. At first I thought it would be too big and I wouldn't know how to fill it up, and in the end I do like it. It's very nice. There's another bathroom, there's the hallway, obviously, and then there's the kitchen and dining room, which at this point I feel like I will need to go back and redecorate it a little bit, because I don't know, it seems very bland to me. I don't know, it could use some more clutter, I feel like. Not the kitchen part. The kitchen part I feel like may be okay now, and that it doesn't really need more clutter and stuff, but the part with the dining table, I might go back and do something about it. I'm not sure what, but I will figure it out. And then, of course, there is... well, I didn't do much with the front yard just yet, but I'm planning on adding some more stuff there. And the backyard is basically the kids' paradise. Well, kids' paradise. We have 2 infants and the teenagers, so just that one kid's paradise. And I feel like he brings his friends over a lot. And yeah, and then there's this huge well, it's not really huge. There's this swimming pool. There's this like pergola. Is it a pergola in English? I don't know. I think, yeah, I mean, I've seen this word in the game, but I'm not sure if this particular thing that I put there, if it's a pergola, but I would call it that. Yeah, they have... I used a lot of the little campers kit. I use a lot of objects from that, and they have like a little cinema there. I don't know. Yeah, I like to imagine that in the... what's it called? In summer. I can't believe I forgot the word for summer. But yeah, in summer I feel like they are outside all the time, and they stay up really late, and they are having a good time in the backyard. And then there's also, I don't think I actually included this in the video, but I also put this huge treehouse from Growing Together in the backyard, and I like to imagine that the kids' dad and grandfather, that they worked on it together, and it's just sort of kind of like I don't know, it's like they are still with them. It's like this huge thing that they did for the kids. And yeah, also I'm now realizing I did not choose the best date to record this voiceover and talk about such a sad backstory, because today is actually exactly 2 months since my grandpa passed away. I just looked at the date and it hit me, and now I'm like, whoa, it's been 2 months. It's crazy. Also, my mom was in town with grandma and my aunt and my uncle. They were dealing with some legal stuff on Wednesday, and it's like, it's very fresh again this week, because we've been talking about it a lot. By the way, the legal stuff, it's like, it's better to not die. Honestly, if you don't want people who stay here after you die, if you don't want them to deal with some really terrible legal crap, just don't die. No, because from what she said, it was insane. I'm not gonna go into details, obviously, because that's like sensitive stuff and all, but yeah, the legal stuff sucks. Anyway, we should probably switch to a better topic, to some nicer, happier topic. Oh, what do you think about the new kits? I know that for you they came out like a week ago, I believe. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure when this is coming out. I feel like it's next Saturday for me, so like the last Saturday of April for you. Anyway, what do you think of the new kit? I, at first when they announced in the roadmap that we will be getting 4 kits in this like quarter, I thought, no fucking way. Are you serious? Give me some gameplay, give me some game packs, some new expansion pack. Although, yeah, I understand that after Growing Together we will probably have to wait a long time for an expansion pack, and I totally get that, but yeah, at first when they announced 4 kids, I was like, be serious. you can't do this. But yeah, I thought about it, and now I'm kind of okay with getting 4 kits. When they announced the greenhouse one and the basement one, the ones that came out on Thursday the 20th, 420. Yeah, when they announced them and when they came out, and I watched some streams that were going through the objects, I decided that I really like these kits. They have some really cute stuff, especially, well, I'm not sure which one I like better, but as someone who would like more like dated, retro, vintage stuff, well, it feels weird to call the basement kit retro, because it's like there are like Easter eggs to The Sims 1, which came out in 2000, in the year 2000. Yeah, and I was born in 1999, so it's like weird calling that stuff retro, but it is kind of at this point. It's been over 20 years, so yeah. Yeah, I would like more like old stuff in this game. I would really like an 80s stuff. Well, stuff packs are dead, unfortunately. But an 80s build kit I would really love. And also then an 80s create a sim kit. Well, there we go. I need stuff packs back. Yeah, I'm not sure which of these new kits I like more, which one of them I will likely buy first, because yeah, I hate EA, but EA will take all my money again. They will win once again, because the kits are so good. And yeah, I know that people make kits base game compatible, but I prefer to buy the build kits, because I prefer my builds to be CC free. Listen, if we get some more Create a Sim kits, and I will really like them, don't tell anyone, but I will probably get the base game compatible version from some CC creators. But the build kits I will probably buy. And yeah, I'm not sure which one I will buy first, or if I will buy them both at the same time. One thing's for sure, I will buy them when they fix the glitch with the sliders. I'm sure you've heard about it. I'm sure you've seen it. Maybe it happened to you. If it did, I'm so sorry. But yeah, after the last update, the Sims are a bit weird. They are all looking a little funky. Not funky, but like the sliders are a bit off. I don't know how it is for you in the future, but now, today, when I'm recording this, we just know that the Sims team knows and that they are working on a fix. But who knows when the fix will come out. I hope it will come out soon. I hope they will figure it out soon, because I want to update. I want the new underwear that they added to base game. Finally, we have some underwear that looks comfy. But yeah, I don't want my Sims to look weird. And for everyone who has already updated and their Sims are looking weird, I hope that these changes will be reversible. I hope that your Sims are not ruined forever, because that would suck a lot, and really I feel sorry for you. I backed up all my tray files just in case, but I still won't update the game. I don't want to update. I'm kinda cool with... Yeah, I don't mind that I have not updated yet, basically. Although, I really want that underwear. And the new slots on like bathtubs and sinks and, you know, that one bathroom shelf, stuff like that. Yeah, I would really like that. I really want that. But also, Sims not looking weird. That is a higher priority for me, basically. So yeah, what do you think will be the other 2 kits? I believe they will be Create a Sim kits, and one could be... I'm not sure. I feel like there could be some DIY stuff. Something like you have thrifted something and you have adjusted it to fit more your style or something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe something like that, or some like old clothes, and yeah, you made it new again. And I don't know, for example, you found some old t-shirt that your mother used to wear when she was a teenager, and you took your scissors and you, I don't know, you turned it into a crop top or something. I don't know, maybe something like that, something like some DIY clothes or yeah, but I'm kind of running out of words, so I'm probably not gonna talk for too much more. Wait, what? What did I just say? Anyway, I feel like it would be for the best if I stop talking now. I'm gonna go finish the house. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will like the part that I have not built yet. I'm not sure what I will do yet. It's probably just gonna be some more landscaping, because I haven't really worked on that yet. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I will see you all next time. I love you guys. Bye everyone. Wait. I think I figured out my new outro. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. Hallelujah. Goodbye. I don't know what I'm doing. Bye everyone.